You got to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
You should Andy Code it and be like, Beth from Green Bay wants to know.
Why do you hate your mom? Yeah.
What's it like getting Katya in drag?
Hello. So I kind of told you the gist of what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
But as someone who spends my whole life collaborating, I wanted to. Everyone and their mom has a podcast, present company included. And I was like, well, I'm not funny like you are. And there's so many other podcasts about just like, tell us how you wrote this song or that song. Like, what could be my special way into conversations, which is like, my whole life changed when I started co-writing. My whole life changed when I started collaborating. And so wanted to create conversations about all different types of collaborators. And so when I reached out to you, I thought like how cool for you to decide which collaborator in your life you wanted to bring. And here we are. So instead of me explaining to any viewers and listeners who might not know who the two of you are, which if you don't, get a life, but in this moment, it's a chance for you guys to brag about each other and introduce each other to anyone who is listening and watching.
So I had an opportunity to bring a collaborator, and I
Yes.
brought my friend here, Fina Barbitall, who's a world-famous drag queen, over 2 decades of experience in cross-dressing, makeup artist, style icon, wig salesperson, wig styler, wig rehabilitator, and all-around drag queen, extra pair of hands with a magic wand.
Yeah.
Hot, sexy, beautiful.
Oh, sexy
tall.
and beautiful. And you know what? I don't
Blonde,
appreciate you
gorgeous.
bringing my friend here and saying that we're showcasing people who aren't famous. I don't
Listen,
appreciate that.
I am an unfamous person when it comes to the collaborations.
Oh, that's true.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all about this moment of celebrating and shining a light on the parts of collaboration and the people in collaboration who aren't the ones who get in front of the camera every time. Because I get in
Right.
front of the camera sometimes.
Right.
But most of what I do is helping other people be the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd just be really cool to have.
Which is such a rewarding job.
It's it you know
when the paycheck comes in.
it is rewarding. I think when my parents are confused by my job, I'm always like, why don't you take more credit? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I'm like, but it's such a cool thing to help somebody else do what they're trying to do.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I've never labeled myself as a personal assistant. I've always labeled myself as a creative assistant.
I love that.
Always.
Yeah.
And she's very impersonal, so it makes a lot of sense. This is my impersonal assistant.
We got real impersonal right away.
Yeah, we got overly personal. Well, I think, you have to introduce me.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah. Fuck your
And this is Joe Rogan. Next.
Well,
This is Billy Corgan. Next.
I feel like if you don't know the person to my right, then you have been like literally under a rock, or maybe you're Erica Kirk's makeup artist. But this person is a drag superstar, a musician, a YouTube superstar, and just all around a real driving force in the drag and I'd say YouTube community. Trixie Mattel, aka Brian Jacob Furcus, the third.
Yep.
Are you really a third?
No, and I'm not Jacob either. She's a liar. Do you see what I deal with? But you know, we work in an industry where everybody has fake names.
Right.
Oh yeah, you gotta have 3, 4 names. Everyone's got a boyfriend, a sir, a throuple, a pup, and
Polycule.
Polycule.
Yeah.
Just to get to work.
we are
Yeah.
a polycule technically.
But back in my day, we used to say, you complete me.
Right.
And now it's like, you 3, you complete
Do a
me.
great job. Completely.
Yeah.
I'm really mad that when I went from being in a band to being a songwriter that I didn't like come up with some like songwriter producer name, because I do think Beats by Gay would be a really good, but it's a little too late. But I do like threaten to like use it for like songs I don't want my name on, that I should just like, my pen name should be Beats by Gay. Like if I were ever to have like an accidental Chris Brown cut, just like have it say like Beats by Gay.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
There still could be time for that.
I think there could, but now I just gave away that
Now
it's
some
actually
faggot at
me.
home with Ableton is like,
Please,
thank you.
Hashtag, you gotta trademark.
How did this collaboration start? How did you meet? How did you start working together?
We met through Katya at the Drag Race, one of the Drag Race premiere parties, like 100 million years ago in New York.
Yeah.
She came up to my hotel room and was putting her fingernails on. And I was like, this creature is so funny. You were hilarious. And then we reconnected in P-Town when you were there during your show.
That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
So it was like the season 7, I think, press tour of Drag Race in like 2016, 15. I don't know, a long time ago now. And so Katya's from Boston.
Right.
So this was a premiere party in Boston. So Katya had all her friends.
New
and
York.
Oh, it was New York?
It was New York.
Oh, yeah.
We were at that big ballroom.
Yes. And Fina was there in drag. I think somebody else was there in drag.
Yes, it was me and Chris Knievel. We always went to
Great
like
drag name.
Yeah. Great drag name.
Chris.
Yeah. It's just.
You
The
know
glamour
Chris.
of drag. This is Pat and this is Chris.
Darlene. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was in New York, and I remember you had done your number with your puppet, and you were hilarious and so weird and just like very chill. You were not a diva. All the other girls were very diva, very of themselves, and you just came and plopped down and sat there and stuck your big nails on. And
I was wearing
it was
like
hilarious.
I was wearing like the 911 operator nails for a while, like surfboards, like
Yes.
Cynthia, Arriva. It was wild. Couldn't do anything. Trying to operate puppets with surfboards on your hands, like don't even. There's a reason why Lamb Chops didn't have Freddy Krueger nails coming out of her mouth. Like don't do it. But we met right away, and she's so dry, and I mean, her personality in drag especially is like so cutting and awful that. Number one harasser of bachelorettes across the United States, right here.
Very punk.
Tell him how you got fired from working for the Bachelorettes.
Oh God. I mean, at Jacques, I worked there for a million years, and it was like
Jacques is a legendary drag bar in Boston. Like way before drag is the conversation that it is now in the mainstream. Jacques has been in a very conservative, shitty city. I lived there for 4 years. I can call it shitty. For the fact that Jacques has existed this long is crazy.
it was a sister club to Stonewall. Back in the day. So it's like been around forever, and it's haunted, and it's crazy. The Bachelorettes would come through every weekend, and it was this constant battle. It was like, they would get blackout drunk. The management always sided with them. They would pull on our hair, and like, I remember this one time, this girl, she like pulled on a prop of mine, and I was literally like, get the fuck out of here. And I like literally dropped all character. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And like, that was like the beginning of the end of my time in Boston. Thank God Katya was starting to become famous and brought me to LA, because it was like, we had both reached our wits end.
Was starting to become famous. She's been starting for a while. She's still starting.
I see potential. I see potential.
But
Tell
yeah.
them about what else happened with the Bachelorette.
Which time? Oh, that was not a bachelorette. That was a fag.
Oh,
Well, since you started, we have to finish it
the
now. Yeah.
terrorizer.
Yes, this faggot, like, he really tried me. He pulled my job as the hostess is to bring everybody into the party and make them laugh and, get everybody going. This fag was sitting there crossed-armed and just like, for some reason, not feeling it. And I had a big feather in my hand for one of my numbers, and I was just like playing it within his face, and he took it out of my hand and broke it and was like, fuck off. I literally spit at his feet, and yet again was like, you're out of here. You're gone. Go get.
So,
And like,
drag queen, host, and bouncer.
well, we had no security.
Yeah.
We had no security. We were our own everything. We were like, I was the own DJ. We had to press play on our own tracks. It was crazy. So that was, that was the beginning of literally the end of my time there. I was like, oh God, cannot.
So then you moved to LA.
Yes.
And then how do you two, so that's how you met in New York, but how do you start working together?
So she was assisting Katya here and there. I know it's hard to imagine that Katya was working so much and so hard that she needed help. But mind you, this person can't put on a pair of gauchos. Like, we're talking like the blonde leading the blonde over here, right?
Yeah.
So then I had this tour in like 2018 maybe, and I was like, Fina, would you come out with me on like a big tour? Because you need help with like, when you're in drag, you can't do anything.
No.
So I know how to do hair and all that, but you can't do anything.
Right.
So you need somebody who can do a little of everything. And honestly, the only way to get that is to get another cross-dresser.
Right.
Because somebody else who knows like how to launder specific drag items, how to like set wigs, and how to put away drag in a way where everything makes sense and take it out. And like, we just had an instant like.
And you don't have to describe something that you need. It's like, it's almost like we're on the same brain.
Because you do it too.
Right.
Right.
So it's like, I need this white thing that goes, I'm like, gotcha.
I'm like, could you go get 2 packs of 301s and some E6000? It's like somebody else will be like, what is that?
Yeah.
And the dragoon will be like, got it. We'll go get it, you know? And also in drag, I feel like we all do a lot. And so you have to be the type of personality where you really are, nobody who works with me or around me is in one narrow thing of what they're going to do.
Yeah.
We all do everything.
Yeah.
We all do everything.
Yeah.
We're all sewing buttons back on and making phone calls and, you know. So it's kind of abusive in that way. But we did a tour together and I remember she said to me, I want you to sit me down and tell me exactly everything that's expected of me. And you guys have to imagine, I'm not used to working with drag queens who are at all responsible or care.
Right.
So it was like magic because this person cares so much about everything and like wants to add on everything. Like you don't want subtractors in these environments on tour. You want adders.
Yeah.
People who are like, I did everything I was supposed to do and I think we should do this next. Like it's very helpful.
Yeah, it's in my band days of touring, touring is like one of the odder experiences because it is so stressful, but also there's so much dead time. So it's like having someone who's an adder, who's not subtracting, but also like when you're just sitting in some random venue that looks like every other venue with hours to kill, you also need someone who's helping you achieve your artistic goals, but also like is decent to hang out with.
Oh, we had so much fun.
Yeah.
We still have fun. We go on tour still. I mean, Fina came on to, remember the show, the green screen show?
I mean, girl.
It feels so long ago to us, but like.
One of the greatest internet shows of all time. But
they really did a good job, yeah.
But thank you for being modest. But of course, we know what that show is.
You have to admit, for us, I don't know about you, for me, it's it was a long time ago now and super low budget. We did it in a basement with 4 of us in the room. The camera people, camera person, Fina, me, and Katya.
Yeah.
So when I say like, do you know about this? It's because I didn't think we were making MSNBC. Like
it was the thing that everybody like started to recognize you for besides Drag Race. Like people started to recognize that more than Drag Race.
I mean, Thanks Living is literally a tradition that me and my niece watch that Thanksgiving episode every Thanksgiving. It's like an actual, but to think that it was just 4 of you in a basement is crazy.
And honestly, sometimes it was 3.5, sometimes it was 2, sometimes it was like,
that's the thing. For the first few years, it was just me and Katya.
Yeah.
Then like we start, like
when I moved in with Katya to LA, we lived together for a year. The first year, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, I'll use that word.
Over by Runyon.
Yes. And she went on a tour for like 2 weeks. She's like, hey, I have all these wigs laying out if you want to do something with them. Because I always did my own hair and drag.
Yeah.
So she came back and they were all styled in these like big, crazy styles. And she's like, holy shit. All right, we're bringing you in. Cool. So that's when I had like free range to kind of, that's where all of like the hair hand.
That's when Katya's hair started to get.
I did all of the like,
Cut.
She kind of was like, I want updos, but do whatever. So that's when it got crazy. And, and then getting to work with this one who's literally the easiest person to assist behind the scenes because there's like, they have 3 expressions on their face and you just have to make sure the black eyeliner isn't crazy.
That is so true. It's like making sure a billboard looks okay in the rain. Like that's all it is.
Literally. And it's just so fun and we laugh the whole time. Every episode laughing.
So we did that, and then that's how she and I got more of a rapport, and then we went on tour together, and then Katya went on her own tour, so then I lost Fina for a while. So then I started working with Brandon, but Fina now basically, anytime I'm in drag for something important, Fina's usually there doing the hair, the makeup, helping getting costume. I like to do my own makeup, and then Fina will
I'm like the docent.
Keep it going.
I will keep like, remember in Ghostbusters when she's like redoing the painting? Like that's me, like behind the scenes. If something cracks or fades, I'm like, I'm intensely like there's a monitor back there that I'm watching in for like a few key elements, but I'm also taking out my phone and zooming in on the face because sometimes that monitors, they're not built for like makeup,
Right.
you know?
Video Village, we're this big.
Of course.
And so Fina will come up like,
yeah,
in our
literally with like a little headlamp and go, get in there.
Sometimes she'll be like,
Literally,
you're good.
I can't help you.
You're good.
there, yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
For you, like, as that person that is there to like elevate and support, like for me, once I realized that that was like one of my superpowers, it was such like this cool, freeing thing because in that moment, in my band days, it was all about me. What do I want? What do I think? How do I pull this off? And when I went to write with other people, it was such this like breakthrough moment for me of like, oh, how cool. Everything I learned on stage, everything I learned touring, everything I learned, I can now help someone else do it. Did you ever have a moment where you were like, oh wait, this is more freeing, or the difference, or any, if you could just describe that part of the job and the collaboration?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was almost right away. I distinctly remember when Trixie and Katya's show happened and the first episode aired and my name came across the like, I took a picture of it on my phone. I sent it to my whole family. I was like, this is insane. Things that like, I've been doing drag since before Drag Race, since before it was famous, when like my idols were Jackie Beat and Lady Bunny.
Yep.
I was like, that's what I aspired to be, was like a working queen. And there was no other aspirations because we didn't think that it could go that far.
Right.
So when it does, and you have that moment, it was like, holy crap, this is something that, this is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
Because I had performed in cabaret shows and I still love it and I still love doing it. But now I can actually step back and take all the things, because you also have to understand, I was in special ed my entire life. Always told I would never be anything.
Wow.
Always told, oh, he'll end up in prison. He'll end up on the street. Like, I'm talking like crazy. Like,
wow.
Yeah, like never thought I would end up anything. Didn't graduate high school. Don't have my GED. Didn't go to college. Was essentially like, kind of forgotten in that sense.
Wow.
So to actually come full circle and feel like I fucking accomplished something and this is like huge was my aha.
Wow.
This is where we're meant to be.
Yep.
Let's take all, see, she gets it.
She agrees with you.
Exactly.
She's like, that was long.
She's like, that was emotional. I have to turn around.
But also with the Dragoon stuff, like, okay, let's say you're on a TV show and they give you a union hair person. No. If they give you a union makeup person, no. Like when you're in drag, you need another person
Specialist
who has driven the bus of being in drag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who understands like, how are your toes? Are they scrunched? I need to get between your legs and re-hook and eye your girdle.
Literally.
We need to fix a zipper in real time. There's just A, not people who can do all of that.
Yep.
And B, they're not even like allowed to do that on set. They're not allowed to touch hair and makeup and like all that. So when you bring your own personal assistant who can do everything. If something happened to me, she could probably do basically everything.
Right.
And she has.
Yeah. And like, you can be stranded somewhere and just, let's say you lost the makeup kit. You don't have time to go out and do it yourself, or you lost this or whatever. You have someone that knows exactly everything ins and outs of it that can essentially recreate it. Like if something happened to my makeup bag, she could go to like a CVS or a Sephora and get everything I need in one trip. We carried a sewing machine with us across the country on a tour bus.
Machines. Because apparently I'm so big and the zippers are so stressed. But that's another thing. Like when she's made outfits for me, she makes outfits even. She made a lot of Katya's outfits, my outfits. Because she works on I Like to Watch, the Netflix show. Mm-hmm. And she worked on, everything Katya and I have ever done together where somebody had money to give us, she's been there, basically. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the more someone sees you for years, the more they're the only one in the room you trust when you're like, does this look okay?
Right.
Because they've seen you look good and bad.
And you also, like, you have the confidence in your relationship with Trixie and Katya that if you say, no, it looks bad, they're not going to hate you. I think a lot of times people in our positions, whether the collaborator who's behind the scenes, if you don't have the rapport and like the deep collaborative relationship, you're afraid to be like, hey, that's bad. Yeah. Because you don't want to lose the job.
Right.
But it's like, no, like
No, this is also your name on it. Your name is on it. Like our names are on this. Like if she goes out there and the hair looks crappy, my name is on that. People are going to be, people in the comments will be like, what the F, Fina? Like, what'd you do to her?
Fans now look at fucking credits more than they ever have because on the internet, you can have access to everything. I mean, I get death threats on the internet every 3 weeks because they don't like the bridge to a song I wrote.
Well,
but that's how she is. She does that to everybody. It's not just you. It's not just you. But also, you know what else I like about working with Fina? Like Fina is kind of like, I hate to say this, but I've been doing drag, I don't know, 15 years now or something, 17, 18 years. And I feel old school drag. Mm-hmm. So Fina's also, I guess, old. We're all drag queens now, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody's 21 when they're doing drag.
Children.
And most people have the good sense to leave, not us.
No.
You know what I mean? We're the
last. I kind of did. My drag is like, I mean, I think in the past year I've performed maybe like a couple handfuls of times. You were at one of those appearances and it's like I get to pick and choose when I do it now.
Which was amazing, by the way.
She's so much better than ever. I just went to see her, last month at Precinct, and she's so much better than everyone in the show that it's almost awkward. The looks, the hair, the costume, she makes all of them.
Yeah.
Also, when you've been doing drag as long as you have, the ability to like have your lip sync and all that on autopilot and be able to create interactive moments with the audience, play with the song.
For me, it's like
so
Cher
magical.
going out and doing her greatest hits, you know, at this point. She's there just having fun with the crowd.
Yeah.
We're just happy she's still the Wanda Jackson of drag.
Yeah.
You know, just still with us. But when somebody's been doing drag this long, Fina, in some ways, it's a grounding presence because if something is like heightened and crazy or feels really Hollywood and weird, Fina's always the first one who's like, girl,
I like to have a calm.
cares?
Yeah.
I like to bring a calm. I'm not a drama stress person. I'm not a.
Yeah.
They know if I have like a look in my eye, that means something's really off. But like, I'm like a chill. I'm not. I don't get starstruck around people unless it's Pedro Pascal because
that's fair.
The Amanda Leporian is.
Oh yeah, she loves Star Wars. So we saw you at the same night when we were at Chapel.
Yeah.
Because.
Oh yes.
Okay, so you went somewhere else, and then Pedro came over, and Fina was like, "I never asked you to do this. It's the Mandalorian."
Literally. But like you can bring me to like any kind of like, you know, celebrity, whatever. And I'm like,
yeah,
you know, I'm not a, let me get your picture and autograph person. I'm very like, whatever.
Yeah.
We're bringing our own vibe. And, you know, working with you over all these years, I feel like we have such a rapport and such a like, you know, we could be in a room together and say nothing.
Right.
We could talk and talk for hours.
Oh,
we
love soup.
We both love soup. But she knows too, I have my personality disorder is sometimes when you're in the middle of a tour for me, I was able to be comfortable with Fina to say, I'm just going to get ready alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Some days I just want to do the makeup and everything and sit alone.
Yeah.
And she was not offended. Like she knows that it's just like, I'll go do your wig outside this door.
Yeah.
In this other room.
Yeah.
It's hard to be able to be that comfortable and say shit. But also on tour buses, we're sleeping completely nude in bunks this close to each other.
Right. So you better be comfortable.
You get so comfortable.
Yeah.
And
what's a part of the collaboration that like you feel like people wouldn't ever imagine besides the nude bus?
Oh, I mean,
like a part of the process, a part of the conversations that go like, I want it to look like this. I need you to fix this.
Sometimes it's a really quick turnaround. Sometimes in the moment, you can have a whole thing made and it's about not having an ego, about this. We spent the whole day making this thing. It doesn't look right. We got to start over. And it's about having no ego with that and it not taking it personally and it just being like, okay, we have to like move forward.
Was there ever a moment where one of you did take it personally and you had to work past it? Not to try to, it's not like a got you question. I'm hoping that people that watch this are like actually want to learn how to be better collaborators. Is like, and like.
It's so funny because like she's never snapped at me.
No.
Really?
I'm not a snapper. It's an absence of snapping.
I almost
quiet.
never snap, but I have.
There was
Jimmy and I worked together for 15 years, and there's been at least like 3 snaps. But for the most part, I'm a pretty amazing collaborator.
She's like,
why is he crying? I'm just kidding. Are you okay? Blink once.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the iron?
Yes. There was one time.
There was an iron incident.
Yes.
And this is how gay we are in a fight over an ironing incident.
Vividly.
You know what I mean? Like,
so we were in Europe And she had this like spandex printed dress that we always would steam. And the rotten promoter had forgotten the steamer in the previous city we were in.
Rotten promoter.
Never getting hired by her again.
Oh
Girl.
no, he's no longer.
Like dead or stopped working?
Stopped working.
Okay.
What does it matter?
Same thing.
He's dead to us.
In Hollywood, baby, it's the same thing.
Thank you. Never work in this town again. The forgotten the steamer in the previous city, and I was like, I've never ironed anything before. It couldn't be too hard. So I go to put the iron down in this dress, and it's like, a 60s swirly print. I put it down, I pick it up, and like part of the swirl had like melted off.
Oh, no. First of all, this is making me sound crazy, which I am, but it was the last city in a long tour.
Yes.
So it was like the last day of like.
It was like the
it
dress.
was in Dublin, wasn't it?
But you never snapped. She never snapped. I will say, when it happened, I was like, oh, you can't, because of the pattern, I was like, you couldn't really tell. And it was for the meet and greet. She would wear it for when people come take pictures
It
with
wasn't
her.
even cute looking back. Like I was mad about nothing. She lifts up the iron though, and I look at the iron and the print of the dress is on the iron. Yes. And I just go, huh.
And so like we had other options for her to wear. And she's like, well, I can't wear this anymore. And I was like, okay, I get it. We have other things. She wore something else for it. And then we got off tour, we came home, and turns out she ended up wearing the dress 3 or 4 more times.
It's true. It wasn't that ruined. It was a paisley like Poochie print. And so if you looked, you were like, oh, there's some pieces missing.
Right.
But
it was just really funny looking back on it, because I was mortified and I felt so bad. Like I came home and like I was like, I will like re-sew the front of the dress on and all this stuff. But it was like things like that. Like you kind of realize that drag is a moving disaster. You're always going to forget something.
Yeah.
You're always something's always going to be a little fuck up.
Yep.
And it's important to be with someone that understands that that's just how it is, and we move forward, and not everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, and Fina also half the time works with Katya, which I guess I'm gonna assume that working for me and her are 2 different experiences.
Yeah, I mean,
Different in what way?
I wasn't going to say it.
one is fly by the seat of your
I love that you
pants.
established something and then looked at me to ask a question about it.
What do you think,
so how is it
Justin?
different?
Don't you want to know how it might be different having to dress that crackhead up like a lampshade? Don't you think?
I think that's a great question. There's a reason that someone here is an experienced podcast host and I'm just getting my footing.
You got to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
You should Andy code it and be like, Beth from Green Bay wants to know.
Why do you hate your mom? Yeah.
What's it like getting Katya in drag?
That was really
That's
good.
not bad.
That was really good. I think that should be your next drag number is Andy Cohen impersonation.
I mean, it's an impersonation he's been honing for years.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to steal it from him. But
Have you seen his wig or the hair that he had for New Year's Eve? It's fabulous.
Really?
Yes,
he really is.
His
so
hair is
handsome.
incredible.
He always
But
looks
actually,
great.
I do have a real question based on your half fake question, which is because I do co-write with different people all the time. You have the people that you work with a lot, and then you randomly do go and work with somebody else. So how do you, as the collaborator who's doing somewhat of the same job with many different people, how do you pivot when somebody needs something different or somebody has a very different look? Or how do you navigate that?
I mean, I know by now when I show up for a gig with you or I show up for Katya, there's a very similar vibe, but also 2 different vibes. Like you're very streamlined. You're very you know what's going on. You have a lot of things are very organized. You also have a team of people around you that are helping. So it's a big collaboration with a lot of people. And it's kind of like we have a conversation the night before sometimes, like, hey, I'm going to wear this. This is going to happen, yada, yada, yada. When I go in with Katya, I'm like, she's like family at this point. She's like, my niece or nephew.
Yep.
Or uncle or aunt.
Depending on the day.
When you're here, your family.
Literally.
The Olive Garden of drag.
Literally. It's a little more like, Jackson Pollock or slapping paint down on the canvas.
Also, can I say Katya has, I went to beauty school. I have some semblance of saying, Fina, this is exactly what I want with this hair.
Right.
A lot of times Fina is just doing hair that kind of already, it's like pieces that are already half done.
Yes.
We're making
like
Lego
a docent
hair.
again.
Yep.
It's a docent.
Katya can't brush a wig. So I think
Right.
for when they talk about hair, it's a lot more adjectives that have nothing to do with like technical terms. I think Katya's more like
yes.
flowy.
Yes.
Up
I want to look
and down.
sexy, or I want to look weird, or whatever.
Funky.
So it's exactly.
Like she kind of just gives words and Fina has to be like,
with
okay, sure.
with Katya, it's nice because I come in and it's literally I get to like do her skin. It's a lot of it's therapeutic for me sometimes because I used to work at a Mac store, like the makeup counter. So it's like I'm doing bridal makeup all over again.
Right.
It's fun and it's like she likes to do her eyes and I'll do her skin, and it's just kind of like we worked together the other day, and it's because we come from such a similar background, like in Massachusetts, and like working at the same places and not really knowing that anything greater would happen. Yeah. It's always such like we have like these pinch me moments when these like really big things happen. And the same for us. Like when really big things happen, it feels like a big collaborated effort. You're always so generous, like sharing these experiences with all of us. And it's like, it's really nice for, people that never thought that we could, go to these things.
Right. She's also, I don't know if you feel this way as the collaborator, or what we're lovingly calling the unfamous person. But a lot of times it's her that tells us to appreciate an exact scenario we're in. Like Katya and I are not always the most immediately in the moment grateful, let's say.
I have that moment all the time as the unfamous collaborator of, for a long time, my dream was to be a rock star. My dream was to not be the opening act at the arena, to be the headliner of the arena, to not be the songwriter, to be the singer. That was, I wanted to write, you know what I'm saying? But so when I'm with artists who are, of course, being famous is stressful, selling tickets is stressful, getting on stage is stressful. But in those moments where they are not, where they're taking it for granted or they're so overwhelmed, I'm like, do you realize how many fucking people would kill for this? Including 27-year-old me would have killed, I'm not kidding. I probably would have done murder. If someone said, if you do this murder, you'll be famous, I probably would have done it because I was 27 and stupid. Like, I think it is so beautiful for us to have had both versions of the life and go, I'm so grateful that I'm here. I don't know about you, but I'm so grateful that I'm not, I can still go to a restaurant. That's amazing. But also when people who the famous person is overwhelmed, it's great for people like us to be like, hey, I love you, but also this is awesome.
Yeah. I'm constantly remember the $40 we got paid at Jocks?
Right.
Remember that $40? Yeah. Remember the bachelorettes at Jocks? Remember that?
Yeah. Because Fina was there.
Right.
And it's, I get it. You get taken, it's all a big ride and it's all very overwhelming at times.
Yep.
But, we get to get flown all around the world. Be put up in very nice hotels.
Yeah.
Oh, Katya's the nice hotel whisperer. On my fucking tours, we're at the Best Western at the airport. Katya, Four Seasons, clawfoot tubs.
No.
You would think everybody thinks I'm Miss Princess and the Pea. No. If it was up to me, we'd be on the tour bus every day and we'd share one hotel room once a week where we all take turns showering like fucking prison. Katya has us in the nicest hotel.
I will say she's pulled back on that because we realized, there's other things to spend money on.
Well, she was on her she was on her Build Back Better tour.
Yes.
Katya was on her foreclosure tour.
Yeah.
Her Build Back Better tour. So then we got a little more modest.
Yes.
Which just means she's going to the airport pissed. Because she's not doing the private suites. She's like, this fucking shit.
But still, I will never, ever forget the first time I went overseas was with you. You brought me to Australia and it was incredible.
Yeah.
And then we flew from Australia to London on one of those Emirates business class flights.
Oh, I've seen videos of that.
I don't know how we got that. We didn't deserve that, but I'm glad we got it.
I don't know how either. I did not ask questions. I just said, this is fabulous.
Yeah.
And thank you very much because 30 plus hours of flying.
Wow.
I think it was her first time leaving the country and we had gone from Australia for a month to the UK and Europe for a month. We were gone 2.5 months first time leaving the country.
It was crazy.
Cool.
And that's when the ironing incident happened. That's when we had to freak out.
But also it's kind of a high-low because we were in shitbag hotels half the time, and like throughout your career, I was there. I started with you right before you won All Stars.
Oh yeah, so it was like 2017 maybe.
And then when you won, I was with you when the whole trajectory going up and up and up. And I distinctly remember saying to her, like in a dressing room a couple of times, like, eventually you're going to need an assistant who like, knows how to answer emails. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, Fina, I mean, highly artistic. We love doing the drag together.
Yep.
But I wouldn't say that like our passion for working together is like Google Sheets.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Of course. Yeah.
No. So I'm like a big component of I know my limits.
Yep.
And I know like when you're going to need somebody. And she did. And that's when I went off with Katya for a summer, and then you got Brandon, and it all works. And you have somebody who has the smarts who can handle all that. And then you have somebody who can
do the art. Yeah.
The other thing is like when Katya and I go out and do Bald and the Beautiful tours, like all day, this year we're doing, I think like 10 more. We will like share Fina because we
Eiffel
both
Tower.
don't
Eiffel
need
Tower.
we both don't need full-time help. Like we're not like Jacob Elordi and Frankenstein where we sit up in a chair and we do our own shit.
Right.
Katya can get her own shit on.
Yeah.
Although Fina got her wearing blush, which has been huge. Thank God, right? Thank God.
I gotta look at the before and after pictures.
The corpse bride before.
It's very exciting. Yeah.
But like from a financial standpoint, she and I can share one person rather than both having to fly separate.
Yeah.
And that's all really nice too, because we both have a shorthand working relationship with Fina.
Yep.
She knows what we need without us having to say much.
Yeah.
Which just like as an artist allows you to show up for makeup time for show. And all you have to worry about is you and the show, really.
Yeah. What, for both of you, was the thing that like ruined your life in the sense of like, oh fuck, I saw this music video or I saw this photo shoot and now I have to do drag? Like, do you remember a moment from your childhood where you're like, oh shit, I'm ruined now. My life is now drag?
I have 3.
What are they?
Go.
That's a really good question.
Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia in the gold bikini.
Oh, yes.
Literally Madonna Vogue. That was my first, at 5 years old. That was my
Vogue video or live performance of the Let Them Eat Cake?
There was a talent show at my elementary school, and a group of dancers got up and did a dance to Vogue. I said, what is this?
Oh, so just the song.
I said, what is this? I went home, stole my sister's tapes, watched the videos, and was like hooked. So literally Madonna is the reason why I do drag.
Okay.
And then I said I had 3, and I think the third one, I don't know. I think it was just the 2.
Those are both really good.
It was literally Carrie Fisher and Madonna.
Yeah.
I was like, Rocky Horror.
Rocky
Horror, Tim Curry,
yeah,
obviously. And then when I saw Hedwig, the storytelling meets the music meets the drag show element of that was like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And Amanda Lepore.
Yeah.
When I remember being like 18 and Googling pictures of Amanda Lepore and like just zooming in as much as like I could not look away and still can't look away.
Yeah.
I just think she really represents like truly carving your place in the world, even physically.
Literally,
you know what I mean? Like, be the star you want to be, and she really embodies that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a commissioned Amanda Lepore statue. She's magic.
She's magic.
Gay Buddha. Yeah.
And when you
so
take
kind.
it back to Rocky, it's like don't dream it, be it. That's really her.
Yeah. It's
really
really
her.
So I just remembered while you guys were talking, one of my moments of like, oh fuck, this seems so magical is when I heard someone on the radio saying that Debbie Gibson, who I loved, wrote her own songs. And I was like 6. And I was like, Electric Youth was written by like the girl with a lot of hairspray who sings it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that's like, I can remember, I'm 45. I remember like hearing someone say that on the radio when I was 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
When I was born in 89. So when I was like radio music listening age in like middle school, it was a lot of girls on the radio who played instruments and wrote music. It was
Lilith Fair,
Michelle and Vanessa and Avril and Sheryl Crow and like.
Oh, so you're
it was
younger
all
than me.
the girls.
Right after Lilith
We're
Fair.
we're similar.
Lilith
41.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow,
Lilith Fair,
they all play their own instruments. They all write their own music. I thought that was so magical.
I saw Lilith Fair in Milwaukee twice.
You did?
Because the tickets in Chicago were too expensive. Because I grew up in like the northwest suburbs.
Like Evanston?
No, I grew up like in Lake Zurich, like a weird, shitty little town. But like 45 minutes from Milwaukee.
Lake Zurich catching strays on the pod.
Oh, it's trash. Lake
town.
Zurich is trash. That school system should be condemned. I can barely spell. I can't add.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take both of our schools down.
Please. What is something now at this point in both of your prospective careers that we were talking about this a little bit before we started recording, of like, I'm such a people pleaser and I have a really hard time saying no to work things, to friend things, to blah, blah. But since this is about collaboration, what are things in a collaboration that you say no to now, or that you set boundaries on that you probably didn't when you first started? And it can be with each other or different collaborations or anything, but what's something that you're like, no, I'm not doing that?
I think you've always been better at that. I think she's always been like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not good. Like, I don't feel like you have this greater urgency of like we have to, I don't feel that urgency from you.
I think for me, like I have ADHD. So I will say yes to everything, not realizing the complete like scope of it. And I will never let them see it. But sometimes I have like to myself, like, okay, how do I organize all of this? And like, that's my big thing for this year. I've had like a bunch of like help from people to like really figure out how to really streamline my life and make sure that I can give 100% to everything. Because what I learned back in the day doing drag and working at the makeup counter was that I was spreading myself between two things and I could never give 100% to anything.
That's true.
So if you can't give 100% to anything, then what are you really doing? And I'd rather give 100% to these projects that are like so meaningful. And like I said, pick and choose when I go and do drag for myself or like, do my own performances. I can really pick and choose that. I don't have to say yes to everything. But recently I've taken my health like very seriously. Whereas like, I guess the only time I put my foot down was like, no, I need to eat something right now.
Yeah.
Or like, you work these like crazy hours and you can go 7 hours without having something to eat. And it's like, that's not good.
Yeah.
And like, it's things like that. Like I prioritize going to the gym. I prioritize making sure that I have my social time and like, making sure that you feel like a well-rounded person.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following your health and wellness journey on your Insta stories, and it's amazing to see you like care about yourself. Like, not it's for anyone. I don't care about myself. I try so hard, and I just like something comes up, and I'm just like, well, I guess I won't take care of myself for 6 months. So it's beautiful to watch you do it.
I'm gonna tell you that like when the mood strikes, you go for it, and like I never feel bad about all the times that I didn't because like. We had some amazing adventures around the world. And I was kind of left all that on the back burner.
Yeah.
We had a lot of really fun experiences when I was 400 pounds going around the world.
I can't believe that. I saw some clip of Una the other day and I didn't even recognize you. I was like, who's this person? I was like, you were turned away from the camera. I was like, who is this person? And I was like, oh my God.
Do you remember the airport?
Oh my God, yeah. So it was like early in the morning one time. We were like I don't even know, some country.
We were in Europe. We were in
Europe. And this, so early. It was like one of those 6 a.m. horrible call times. And you're putting these huge suitcases that are overweight.
Yep. And they're going to yell at you and charge you. And
And it was just us. The tour was just us. We didn't have a team. It was just
us. The woman behind the counter was like, oh, your thing is busy, like too heavy. And you came up behind me and you were like, what's going on? And she said, he's overweight.
She goes, he's still too overweight. And I said, he has a different body type. But it was the luggage.
It was, when I tell you, we died laughing at the counter. She did not think it was funny, but we died
laughing. She didn't laugh. I was like, okay, girl.
Now, were you being hysterical because you're hysterical, or were you actually like defending your friend?
I was being funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was more for her because it was early and this woman was giving her a hard time. I'm like, we need to break the silence here, And sometimes it's like, I feel profiled at the airport when bags are overweight and they basically tell you that you can't afford the overage. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like Aaron Brockovich. I'm like, whose number do you need?
You slapped him.
I know this bag is 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Not wear shoes tomorrow? Like, what do you want me to do? I wear a women's 15. Right. This bag is just shoes. Okay? Like, I don't know what to say.
Are you really a women's 15?
I'm a women's like 14,
okay.
14, 15.
Yeah, I'm a 13 wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand.
Yeah.
I would say I get better now at, ever since I got arthritis, I just can't be in drag all the time. I can't do everything.
Right.
So quality over quantity. Do less and like, when you first start doing drag and you're like, I have a show in 3 weeks, I better start planning now. that energy is coming back to me where I'm like, do less and make a meal out of those things.
Cool.
Do the most.
Cool.
Because who cares?
Yeah.
It's just cross-dressing. Fina will tell you, the urgency I felt for years of like, you would have thought I was in the army. You would have thought I was doing open heart surgery. Katya was always much better at like, no, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
Nothing is that serious. You stress yourself out. It's been a lot of years feeling like I had to cover every base and I had to put my heel on the throat of every drag queen who tried to get what I wanted.
Yep.
And I just don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to do these projects, and say no to the rest out of respect for the things you're doing now.
Do you feel like if the arthritis didn't happen, do you think you would have achieved that on your own emotionally, or did like the sort of physical hindrance push you to it?
It was that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever would have figured it out.
Because the reason I'm asking is like fully selfish of like, I keep telling myself, I'm not going to do double sessions. I'm not, meaning like I write 2 songs in a day with 2 different groups of people. And I keep telling myself I'm gonna slow down, and then I just don't know how to do it. It's like,
it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for like drag that never thought it was going to be big or famous or go anywhere.
Yeah.
You kind of feel this like excitement to say yes to literally everything, because these are things that no other person has stepped foot in.
Yeah.
Luckily, I mean, when we get to do together, sometimes we're the first drag queens doing things. And
Right.
there's a like reverence of like, we got to do it. But you got to think, when we started doing drag, which we both started before Drag Race, even RuPaul at the time, and I say this with complete love, was an icon, of course, but it wasn't the RuPaul we know now.
Right.
So when we started doing
She
drag,
was touchable back then. She
wasn't.
reachable.
She wasn't financially living.
Yeah.
Right.
She could be at your pride.
Right.
RuPaul might be at your pride.
Right.
And now it's like, we come from a time of drag where RuPaul was the tip top, and she wasn't doing things that drag queens do now.
Right.
And so for a lot of years, we felt an urgency of like, you have to say yes.
Yeah.
You have to do it all.
I mean, my family thought it was insane, the things that we were doing. Like they were not insane in a bad way, but just insane. Like that's incredible. Like they literally think I'm like my niece and nephew who are like senior in high school and in college. The fact that I work with like huge YouTube people, because YouTube is so huge with the kids now.
Oh,
they think that it's like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
They think it's like, you know, they walk around their school like I'm some superstar.
YouTube is huge.
Oh, it's been my niece, who's now 25, when she was 15, when I was lucky enough to be working with like Bieber and Selena 10 years ago. She was like, oh, that's cool. When I said, oh, I had a session with Troye Sivan last week. And this is before Troye Sivan was a pop star. He was a YouTuber a decade ago.
Right.
My niece, it was like, she could not believe that I wrote a song with a big YouTuber. And that was a decade ago. It's only gotten bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say this affectionately, like TV wishes. TV wishes they were YouTube so bad. And we've done a lot of TV together.
Right.
We've done our own shows, my show together.
Yeah.
YouTube is what you thought TV was going to be like.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have so much more creative control. There's less people in the room. Every idea in the moment you can pivot.
Yep.
TV's not like that.
Yeah.
You got to wait for all these old white guys to say yes. And then they give you not the money you need, not the time you need to do kind of the idea you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Yeah.
In the YouTube world,
maybe the idea you
and it
wanted.
seems like way more stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in YouTube world, it's like we really connect.
Yeah.
And we
Steam
get
the
to on our own
backdrop,
terms.
turn on the lights.
Yeah. It's really just us. Every
Yeah.
idea is a good idea. And I love that part of it. Like I used to want to do YouTube until I could do TV. And over the years, it's like TV just is not. YouTube now is the funnest thing.
Right.
It really is. Like
Yeah.
all of the content, like doing was such a, it's time capsuled, and it was such a wonderful experience, and getting to learn. That's where I learned how to be on a set.
Yeah.
So now when I go to a big professional set, I know how to act.
Right.
Like, and you really like, I don't take that for granted. Like that was a huge learning experience.
Yeah.
Because Katya and I set really good standards for how to act on set. But no, honestly, like then we moved on to Netflix, the I Like to Watch show. There's probably 30 people on that set.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's huge.
Wow.
I can't believe how big that set is.
And they've been with us for years. And
Yeah, since it started.
It's a family. And that's
Wow.
that's like the wonderful part about like those kind of things, like working in that kind of environment, especially in like with queer people.
Yeah.
Like it's so rare, but to have like a family of queer people,
Yeah.
love.
Do you guys know, I get asked all the time, like, do you know when a song is a hit? Do you know when you're filming something that either something you said or a look that has been achieved, do you know like, okay, this is gonna go crazy? Like the internet's gonna gag for this look or for this joke, or can you feel it?
Yeah, I can. If it's funny to me, it's going to be funny. If we're laughing, Katya and I, because I think in a lot of types of media, the people have to do something funny and then not laugh. Right. Like if you're on The Office, you have to be so funny and not laugh.
Right.
Katya and I obviously like never be able to do that.
Right.
And so I don't know about you, but when we're laughing, we're all laughing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. That's like when I feel like, oh, this will be clipped, I'll see it on TikTok for years.
Right.
It's usually some moment where something goes off the rails in a very in a very organic, real way.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I am so grateful for all of the love that all the crazy hairstyles I've done over the years have gotten.
Weird shit.
And like in a way.
Not for me.
Right.
Sometimes.
I mean, not that weird. I mean, I'm not as adventurous with hair stuff as Katya is.
Well, your brand is like very specific to what the silhouette's going to be for the most part.
Yeah. And we're doing like 60s hairstyles. We're not inventing the wheel. Whereas Katya, it's the hairstyles that get immortalized is the weird shit that Fina hot glued to her head.
And there's times now where I'll get queens that'll like come up to me and be like, oh my God, your crazy hair show style hair kind of inspired this new generation of crazy hairstyles, hair.
Now wigs that you have made have become other people's moments that ruined their life. Okay, fuck, I guess I have to do drag now because that wig is so insane. I need to do it.
People take it and they perfect it, which I love. And I always say like...
That hurts when somebody does it perfect.
No. This is a Star Wars quote, but it's like, we are what they grow beyond. That is the true burden of being a master.
I think we should go.
Okay, before we go, by the way, we need to hang out because I'm a sci-fi geek too. Not a Star Wars geek, but we'll talk later because I don't want to bore Trixie. But okay, so to wrap it up, we play a little quick game called Gag or Drag, but you can also answer meh. So if you love it, it's a gag. If you hate it, it's drag. But we've learned that you also have to have a meh option because sometimes you just don't really care about something. Okay, white eyeliner in the waterline. Is it a gag? Is it a drag? Or you don't really care?
It's a gag.
It's a gag.
Exactly. Thank you. You get
what are we supposed to say?
You love it.
Of course.
Okay, great. Got it.
What kind of person would I be if I said?
I mean, listen, Morgan wrote these and she knew her audience.
I think it's a yes. It's the ultimate.
She just wanted to double check.
It's a gag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twiggy.
It's a gag.
It's a gag. I will say yes, Twiggy.
Twiggy.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I always am amazed at how narrow people's like when I came out in drag, people were like, oh, it's Bianca Del Rio. And then when Bianca did it, it was Bozo. It's like the family tree of people who've popularized white liner is not as incestuous as you think. There's a lot of white liner use in this world.
A lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Overdrawing the lips past reason.
That's subjective.
Yeah,
right? Like what is past reason?
My favorite thing that your photo editor does is when you overdraw your lips and they, for like any of the makeup campaigns, and they smooth it out to make it look like you got pumped.
Well, they move my Cupid's bow up.
It's fabulous.
So
really?
Because otherwise my real lip will photograph, like you can see my real lip. So they'll move it up in post.
And it's fabulous.
A flip.
Do you love that?
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, she always is like, oh,
I have 5 syringes of filler in my lips to get that same effect. And like...
You just need a photo editor.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's the thing. Her and Katya both have surgically enhanced lips.
Yeah.
And so I'm the fucking fool for drawing, you know what I mean?
No, I think
trip
there's
to Turkey or something.
There's a line. There's a line that you can cross.
Yeah.
And I've crossed it. You know, I've done drag long enough that I have definitely done looks where I've crossed that line too far. But
yeah, sometimes
you gotta find what fits your face and your character.
Sometimes you look, Katie used to have Katya used to have no lips.
Thin villainous lips.
And like red liner.
Yeah.
The Joker.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now look, but I never thought that then. And now with her new lips, I'm like, oh my God. Like, how do you wear red lips if you don't have some help?
It's
right.
rotten.
It's right. Okay. Symmetry that's too perfect.
Oh.
See,
I can feel like Darian looking at me over here. I'm going to say that...
We actually did read these questions for Darian too. And she's like, yeah, I think they're all good. Yeah.
I'm going to say that it's kind of a drag.
It's kind of a drag.
I'm going to say it's not as important as you think it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
all my videos, people comment like, damn bitch, you look surprised. But like, I got other things going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm freeform hand drawing eyebrows on every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like it fits for some people, for your personality. If you can sit there and you're doing, because I know a queen that literally will put the tape on her face and do like a math equation on her brows to get them exactly perfect.
Whoa.
And I'm like,
Breaking
the
Bad.
look of it is stunning. The look of it is wonderful. But I'm sure the 45 bachelorettes that are drunk in the audience do not give a fuck. That your
It's
eyebrows
for
are
the
so
inner
perfect.
experience, which I can appreciate.
Exactly.
It's
If you're
for
doing
her.
it for
ritual.
yourself.
It's for her.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Some of these drag queens take hours to get ready and they like it. It's like Kimora Hall takes like 8 hours.
Oh my
Therapeutic.
God. I mean, I don't know her, but I've seen her say that online, and
But they love that. And it's
Right.
for them.
It's like a
They
meditation.
know the
Yeah.
audience can't tell.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? I
Yeah.
just, not that I don't have appreciation for makeup artistry, but I was just talking to Luscious Massacre and she was like, we got to get the girls in and out of their face in 30 minutes. She was like, we all tend to spend too much time putting makeup on. I was like, I kind of agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should do a good job, but like,
working at the makeup counter, it was like turn it and burn it.
yeah, we both worked at retail counters. You
Yeah.
have to do people's makeup in 50 minutes and
Right.
check them out in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Really.
I worked at the least glamorous makeup counter, which was
Clinique.
Aveda.
You worked at Aveda? I worked at Prescriptives for a little while too. That was
Just
right
like,
across from there.
You know, makeup made from like,
Bark.
tea leaves and whispers.
I went to an
Yeah.
Aveda Institute of Beauty and Wellness for my
Oh,
beauty
God,
degree.
no way.
And I do love Aveda products. That men's
yes.
performance was so horny, it's
It's not-
discontinued now.
No.
Yeah, I look at
They
it. It's
hate
on
gay
eBay, it's
people.
hundreds of dollars.
They hate gay
the
people.
volcanic ash.
So good.
Love.
There was like the sap moss hair shit. Amazing.
I love Aveda products. I can't help it.
You guys are crushing it on this rapid fire part.
Sorry.
Okay. This I'm gonna do my answer first, which is a full gag. Looks that are intentionally ugly, like fashion makeup choices that are intentionally ugly. I love.
Okay.
But that's subjective though. That's subjective.
Right. Fair.
Because like
I'd like the person to be in on it.
Yes,
But,
that's
like,
a gag.
I learned this from Darian, who's a makeup artist friend of ours, sister who's in the room. Of like, I was like, well, but like, do I look hot? And she's like, well, not every look needs to be about looking hot.
Yeah, that's true.
And like some of the most iconic makeup looks, hair looks, fashion choices are not actually pleasing.
I used to do a night called Hot Mess Sundays every Sunday in Boston. It was a different look and it was sometimes crazy. We would glue trash bags onto ourselves. We would do like the most insane things. And sometimes ugly as a serve.
It's a serve.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I mean, I'm gonna say gag. Is that too positive?
No, I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's
a
good.
gag for me. Yeah. Trust me as the only explanation.
Ooh.
Drag.
Drag.
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a mirror.
Yeah. Okay, great. I love it.
Just trust me. When has that ever worked out? Just trust me, girl. Girl, can I tell you this? I know this is not rapid fire. One time I did this photo shoot for Out Magazine, and this, you were there, weren't you?
Yes.
A person was photographing me, and it was a side daylight, and they were crouching. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Hi, what's going on here? I said, an upshot, heavy gristle. Heavy contrast, heavy gristle. And they said, oh, don't worry, girl. I'm a master manipulator of light. Trust me. Tell me why that whole spread had to go in black and white.
Yeah. Outdoors in down Santee Alley. It was rotten.com.
And there's no reason why they weren't good pictures. I was in full whore drag at like Santee Alley. And don't trust people. Sorry. Especially in
Yeah.
drag with lighting. It's situations like this where I have to go in and I have to very gently talk to like a heterosexual man about the side lighting. I'm like, the murder mystery doc, the Netflix doc lighting, we need to cut it. I need you to pull your car up and blast me with the high beams.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. And this is like another thing, like last thing that I've learned from you is literally watching you on all these sets, the way you act, the way you know everything. I have learned so much from you about the business of it and about just the technical part of it that I like. Those are all things that I learned from you. So that's why I love that it's like, I've maybe put a waterproof cream eyeliner on your countertop and you inspired a new eyeliner. You've also inspired a professionalism and knowledge of just the whole.
Yeah.
No, but nobody should
thing.
ever let me do YouTube and do my own lighting because now I'm just like a monster.
Right. I mean, it's a good thing though. You know what you want.
Yeah.
Because the rapid fire is not rapid fire at all. It's too entertaining. I think I'm just going to jump right to the end, which is, what is one thing that anyone who's watching who wants to learn about collaboration, what is one like piece of advice that you could give someone about being a good collaborator? Like, what makes a good collaborator?
I think everybody I've really enjoyed collaborating with, which is like not even that many. I don't think if I'm like you, Justin, I don't always love collaborating as much as I like working on my own. I just think as drag queens, we are on our own from the beginning. We're sewing everything, we're making music. So I always came from drag shows where we're all in the show together, but we're not in each other's numbers. We didn't make each other costumes. We're all on our own, really.
Yeah.
I think every time I've had an instinct that somebody and I are going to work well together and I follow that instinct, it pretty much always works out. If you feel like, I would love to work with them, just like say it and go do it.
I love that.
Agreed. And I'll put on top of that is really reeling in your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Reeling in your ego and realizing that, like, you know, you just put whatever you've got, you lay it out on the table. You brought the charcuterie board today.
Yep.
You put it all out there. If one person picks up a piece of cheese, you've succeeded. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you have to celebrate the little things. And
well, no, and as the people behind the camera, behind the microphone, whatever we want to call ourselves, it really is this like endless surrender of ego, which I'm so glad that I started collaborating behind the scenes in my 30s. Because in my 20s, it would have driven me crazy. I would have been jealous.
That's the thing. When you're young, it's really hard to collaborate because everything is
about you.
Yeah, like when Katya and I started working together with Katya was so famous, and it was like almost a real good exercise. And like, well, you're the friend of, and that's like whatever, just do it.
Right?
Who cares? It's when drag queens, we think everything's about us at all times. And only as you get older do you realize, like, I'm really only in charge of this space.
Right.
And that's okay.
People simmer with age. They really do.
Yeah.
And I feel like, in my 30s and now 40s, I feel like I've reached a point where I'm like, I am so cool with being on the other side of the camera.
Yeah.
And just getting to help out. And that's good enough for me.
Agreed. Same. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much. This was so funny and lovely. And I think people we haven't had a conversation like this before. So it's been a lot of like music-based conversations and this performance and in drag, there's performance, there's visual, there's music, there's everything. So thank you so much for sharing and being fabulous.
Well, I hope that as an unknown behind-the-scenes creator, perhaps you could be famous.
I hope so too, one day. Maybe in my 70s. In my 70s.
Yes. Oh my God. You're going to be Iris Apfel or some shit. Yes. You are going to be such a freak. You're going to be in the desert or something.
I want to wear a lot more makeup the older I get. Like I want to get LASIK so I don't have to wear glasses. And as I get more and more wrinkles, because I'm not going to touch my face, I'm not going to do anything. I want to get really wrinkly and just wear an obscene amount of black eyeliner the older I get. I have a vision coming.
Were you a baby goth?
I was not a baby goth. I was a baby, kind of club kid wannabe.
Okay.
But in the Midwest, it's whatever you wanted to be in the Midwest, you were doing a bad job.
And you look like you
club kid of Lake Zurich.
Yes. Love.
Love it. Thank you both so much.
Of course.
Hello, everyone's favorite part of every podcast where we say please follow and subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss future conversations. And also, pretty please take a cute little second to rate the show. It's one of the biggest ways you can support us. See you next Wednesday.